Hi, this is Paul Bergin from Mars Hill blog, and I wanted to do a blog post today which I think, in order to do it some justice, best to done as a video. And I've noticed a lot of people on the hard left, or more sympathetic to those elements, notably Owen Jones, have been attacking centrism. And centrism is very broad. And it's very interesting Owen Jones attacks it when it says it has nothing to offer, and then goes for it as if it's a comprehensive ideology. Now, centrism is by its very nature very broad. If you're left and you regard yourself as centrist, you might as well regard yourself, as I do, and proudly so, as social democratic. Now, social democratic doesn't mean SDP. The term is older than that. It's not necessarily the old Russian term as such. Dennis Healy described it well in the Sarah Barker Memorial Lecture in 1979 when he said, "The trouble with social democratic idea is that it does not stock and does not sell any of the exciting commodities which various totalitarian movements, communist, fascist, leftist, offer dream-hungry youth. It is no prescription for the total salvation of mankind. It requires, in addition to a number of basic values, hard knowledge and rational calculation. It has an obstinate will to erode by inches the conditions which produce avoidable suffering, oppression, hunger, wars, radical, hunger wars, not read that properly, I apologise, wars, racial and national hatred, insatiable greed, and vindictive envy." Now, what's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? Admittedly, as it says, it's not a sexy ideology as such as if it is an ideology. What it does is that it looks at the situation you're in and tries to make the best pragmatic approach, and to do it gradually. It recognises that human nature, by its own definition, is a fallen nature, and you have to work with what you have. If you try and create a utopia, you end up creating a tyranny, and history has shown that, whether that's fascism or communism, and the sheer trying to enforce a theocracy or even an autocratic monarchy. It's not, you try and create a perfect society through government, you create tyranny. And you try and create a totally perfect society without recognising the situation, without recognising the human condition, and without caring and accepting people as they are, you end up creating a tyranny. And it's difficult. It's especially difficult at this moment because in a world of Brexit, in a world of Trump, we live in a very uncertain place and a very frightening place. And it's very easy to, we've all perhaps flown a bit off the handle and been a bit more sneering than we should have been, or should be. And I'll hold my hand up into that. But we have to work with what we have. And so why the attacks on centrism? Why the hard left going for it? Why? We're trying to work with what we have. Yes, at the moment perhaps we don't have something comprehensive, but we're working on it. What we do know is what doesn't work, not what does work. And at the very moment when we're perhaps a little bit less bullish towards Corbynism, when we're a little bit more, okay, we're not happy with this, but we're prepared to work with this, etc., in our usual pragmatic way, you get someone just going for us. Just going for us. Owen Jones included, and Owen Jones is someone who on the hard left, the moderates and centre ground can think, yeah, I can work with that guy. Or I'm prepared to talk with that guy and listen to that guy. I've met Owen Jones several times, albeit briefly. And he strikes me as a guy you could work, who seems reasonable. So why do this? It's not good for democracy. It's not good for the Labour Party in itself, because the Labour Party, by its definition, if it has to survive in our current electoral system, has to be a broad church. It's the same with the Conservatives and their problems. The Conservatives, when they're not a broad church, sooner or later implode. The brutality of Thatcherism ended up with her within the party as well, ended up her downfall when problems occurred, and then you had civil wars within the party that kept it in opposition for a very long while. Come on, let's stop this attack on centrism and let's work it together.